joined Swansea University in UK. Well, my name is Wanjohi. I'm a graduate trainer in hospitality and tourism industry. And this is one of the fields that I've been served for a very long time. It's a field that I serve with passion whenever I go because I love training hospitality and tourism people. I started schooling in one of the local, I can call it suburb local, in one of the estates in Nairobi, that is in Kayore. Then from there I proceeded to Mulanga, where I joined a local primary school within our rural area, and I did very well. Then I was admitted to Nyeri High. This is where I pursued my Form 4. I prospered very well from Nyeri High. And I got a grade to take me to the campus. Quite unfortunate. I didn't make it directly. First I joined Kenya Utalii College for 3 years, higher diploma. Then fortunately I went to US. This is where I did my degree in Bachelor of Science in Hospitality and Tourism Management. And after coming back, I've worked in several hotels. I've served in several hotels, very different faculties. Then I realized that I can be a trainer. And it's a journey because I just called myself. I was called in one of the institutions as a mentor to students. And this is when I started taking a subject after the other. And I realized after taking a subject in food and beverage service, some of those next students and ICM students, they did very well. And I was recommended. And that is when I realized my vision and passion for training. Until then, I'm counting like over 11 years in training.
We'll get to that. First, would you tell us what type of student were you when you were in school?
Well, I can say when I was in school, I have all through been a leader.
A leader?
In primary school, if you go to where I schooled in primary school, I've been a prefect. When I joined high school, I was a prefect from Form 1 until Form 3. When I was made the school captain, then I become the games captain.
Right.
And yeah, so I've been in that position of leadership.
Where did this interest came to be for that you felt like you want to do hospitality management?
This is something that was inspired from my dad. I may not talk of my mom because my mom was ever busy in the line of duty. I used to work in a discipline force. So I used to live with my dad, who used to travel, who used to anticipate, who used to deal with tourists. And I could see how passionately he liked cooking for people who come in. He was not one man who could wait for the mom to come and do the cooking. For us and also for the visitors, and I could join him. That is where I started building this passion until she came to a point of encouraging me.
So do you mean you have never thought of doing anything else from the word go?
I was thinking of how I can become a leader, and to be very precise, a leader in public sectors. But all of I just came and changed and built passion, and I said life is a long road with many signs that can come along.
True. Things happen with the reason anyway. Would you tell, since hospitality is a female-dominated field, actually what inspired you directly to pursue this field?
Great, I can say it is female-dominated, but it's because most of the people, they don't have the information. They just conclude by making decisions. It started when I saw my father doing it and having passion and showing me how I can become also a good father, because it is not, we don't have what we call a lesser being, that a mother has to do it, a mother has to do it, a father has to do this. even as a father, you can also do it.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So even serving people, creating home for people away from their home by cooking, by serving them, that is also, you become a father, you become a servant, servanthood.
Yeah, true. Now you mentioned that you went to the US.
Yes.
How was that?
It was a journey that really I also didn't expect.
Okay.
But fortunately, out of building my passion from Kenya Utalii College,
Okay.
and my dad realized after interacting with some of the tourists he used to take along for excursion, and they built passion with me. I remember one journey we had to Mount Kenya.
Okay.
Because I did geography,
Yeah.
I was better explaining to them all through over that excursion, and they built passion to go with me and to cater for me for my training, and that is what happened.
Wow. So in other word, you can say you were sponsored.
I was sponsored. In a nutshell, it's a sponsorship.
Wow.
Since I came from Swansea, I have taught several schools. I started in Nyeri. I did my teaching practice in Mountain Institute in Nyeri.
Okay.
Then I've been to Waka Institute.
Yeah.
From there, I have worked at NIPS Technical College.
Wow.
Since then, I joined Uzuri, where I have literally served for quite a long time. Challenges are many, because this is a field that is calling for a personal change. A personal change from the perspective of what you know and what you are going to find. And most of the people, they don't believe in change. And change is inevitable. So if somebody had this attitude, and you're telling someone now to change to love, and somebody who have not loved there before, somebody who has not anticipated or acknowledged there before, it becomes hard. So, and also we talk of the young generation, to persuade, to convince them on the expectation in future after training, sometimes it becomes hard. But we ask for God's grace, so that you can help them, take them through. Well, I'm happy of the way the government is coming up with the seabed, where we can train and expose them to the market. So if I train here for 6 months, I go with them to the hotel, they can now really find the manager there who will tell them if you are not disciplined, if you have attitude. I have done theoretically. But if I get to the market, they can find the manager who can tell them if you don't change your attitude, is you don't work on your discipline, you will not make it. So by that, I'm happy we are heading somewhere. But it has been a challenge to persuade and convince them. But they find it when they get to the market. So if you encounter a new student, whether you have decided, because you'll also find a student who is talking of hospitality, lakini ukijia pale na kuuliza madawa ziko wapi, anafikiria ni hospitali. So anytime you encounter a student who is passionate or not, you just sit with him, you give her career guidance, and give him or her the expectation. And as you continue, you still encourage him or her to be very close to you. In case there is a mountain he or she comes across, he come to me, we make it a molehill, and we level, and life continues.
Very nice. Now, we want some of the achievements, some of the achievements you have made since you started your career up to this point.
Wow, that's good. One of the achievements God has given me, it is favor to interact with great men and women in our community. Sometimes when you go out for service, sometimes when you go out for hospitality excursion, you interact with them. And that one, I can say it's a plus to my life. It is also a plus to my generation. Because if there is any assistant I would like to meet, or any question or anything, that any business I would like to start, they are there to help me. I don't have to channel either way, looking for somebody who can assist. That is one of the achievements. Number two, apart from interacting with them, there is one thing that I have also accessed, the issue of joy. This is something that I enjoy every time. When I find a sufuria there, I find a spice there, I'm now producing a meal, I am happy. So I don't expect soon, unless God is not fair. I don't expect to die of depression. Neither do I expect to die out of stress, because I'm ever happy. If sometimes you realize I'm out of myself, show me a sufuria, I'll be happy. And that is my need. I can say financially, it has taken me far. Because I have managed to, number one, the biggest investment you can do in the family. I'm a family man, and I'm also a business person. And as well, I've invested in several things that I cannot say on air, that my family enjoy. Yes. Still forging ahead to make sure that I open my own personal business. Yes, in the hospitality faculty.
So now, like for how long have you been in this industry for? Like how many years, if you count?
For training, I can say I've been here for 11 years.
Yeah, Tuzuri.
At Uzuri, I joined 2013. I think that is 11 years.
Yes, 11 years.
Before then, you give it like 6 or 5 years.
Yeah. So you told us you moved from Kayole to Murang'a. How was that?
Well, as I have said, our journey, and I can say our family journey, started from my home. And my mother used to work as a teacher in a small primary school in Kayole. Before she joined the discipline force, which I also not disclose. Then after he was transferred, and my dad changed after all my brothers. I am the youngest in the family. After my brothers joined the institution of higher learning, others are in boarding, my father decided to shift to Murang'a, where she had a big farm. I mean, he had a big farm. I decided to become a farmer. And I was the only son who can accompany my dad. And we went, and fortunately I joined the local primary school within the town. And from there, I could do very well. And I could stay with my dad until my mother came, and that was the entire process. Then from there, I did very well. In fact, I matched the best in our local primary school. I was the only candidate who was invited in our location, invited in national school, that is Nyeri High School. And that is where I joined, Nyeri High School. And I also became a good student in Nyeri High, a prefect in Form 1, in Form 2. When I got in Form 3, I was promoted to be a captain. But unfortunately, I had started drugs. And it was noticed until when I was given a suspension. And it was not as an easy thing, because now explaining to my dad why I have been suspended. I even tried nature to look for a man within a town to take me back to school. But it was out of order, because my dad had already been told. So I had to go home. I explained with all that fear. And she accepted. I explained to him, I met a group of people, and I was found being the last person to take the last puff of a cigarette. And that is why I was suspended. But I still came back, excelled very well. I never shamed the institution, neither did I shame my dad, because I got a grade that could admit me to Kenyatta University. But unfortunately, I did not join Kenyatta University. I joined Kenya Utalii College for my higher diploma, out of advice from people who are willing to sponsor me to do hospitality. Then from there, I joined Swansea University in UK. And that is how I made it. I started getting into drugs. And I remember one day I was suspended from Nyeri High School when I was in Form 3. And now, when I have been suspended because of drugs, and now my mother, we are talking of going to US, and according to their culture and tradition, they know that it's about drugs. So obvious, she knows that my son now has gone to perish, and she had a very good impression, the ambition of my life. So, but I told her, Mom, I'm going to change.
Yeah.
And that is what I did until I pursued my Form 4, got a good grade, completed my first diploma, and I pursued, I become one of the candidates who could be invited for events and the rest. But I can say,
Yeah.
when you find someone in drugs, and that is what I keep on encouraging my students there. I've been in drugs as well,
Yeah.
and I know.
Yeah.
Being in drugs does not mean you have to be there all through. Sometimes you become a bad boy and you change automatically and you become a mentor. Every single pastor in this world, including even our director, if she can give you
A story.
her story, she can tell you that one day she was in this situation, but she changed.
Yeah, she changed.
So we cannot learn to judge
Of course.
by the current situation of us, because God is there
Yeah, of
to
course.
pass you through something,
Yeah.
so that you can be a testimony to change someone that is in this field. Yes.
That's nice. Now your closing remarks.
Let me say I'm happy for you guys hosting me and interacting with you, and looking forward to encourage the young people out there, the trainees in every faculty, that it is good. For all those who are pursuing hospitality, it is one of the courses that can take you far. It is one of the courses that can expose you to places that you never thought you can. And as well, I am studying as a testimony.